We did pick up Dr. King just a short time before his death. My husband, Everett Gendler, had arranged for him to speak at the Jewish Theological Seminary. And times were different then. We picked them up at the airport and drove them up to the Jewish Theological Seminary in my own red little Beetle. And so Dr. King was in the front with Everett, and I was in the back with Coretta. And she, poor thing, didn't have much headroom because it's very low in the Beatles. But anyway, I was like 23 years old, and I said to Coretta, "What's it like to be married to such an important man?" And she says, "Well, you know, Martin's not around much anymore, and we've got 4 children to take care of, so, you know, it's not all that easy." And I was, oh my God, how could she say something like that? How could she say something like that about an important man? And then a year later, I had a baby, and I knew exactly what she was talking about. She just forewarned me.
There was some pictures here today that Rabbi shared, and we have them in the program. Just talk a little bit about your husband and his impact on people, helping people, and how special he is.
Well, let me just say before that, you know, Dr. Heschel was involved, and it was my husband who got him involved with the civil rights and King movement. So that's just one thing. And what else did you?
Just talk a little bit about your husband, and he was really instrumental in helping people.
Yeah, well, he all of his life he did different ways of supporting people, and actually I met him because he came through my city talking about civil rights and his time with Martin Luther King in the South. He was jailed, and he came through Kansas City where I was living, and there was a small group meeting afterwards. We exchanged addresses, and then we started corresponding. He was in Princeton, New Jersey. We started corresponding, and he then invited me to come and hear Wanda Landowski play the Goldberg variations. And I knew about classical music, but that one just totally went over my head. Anyway, I didn't go that time, but then he invited me another time, and I went. It was during the winter vacation, and I came back and told my parents I was getting married. And they said, "To who?" I mean, I wasn't dating anybody, and they didn't know anything about him. And I said, "Here's this rabbi, been working with King and whatever." I was finishing up a program at the University of Kansas, but we got married immediately after that. And 58 years later, you know, we had a long run.